Top down morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Zuko Was Footman? The Footman is from the series called That Time I Got Reincarnated as Slime. Yeah, that's Footman. the But in this alternate timeline, there's this masked man that he's like a villain, like a bad guy that can't sit still. Well, and he took a form of a girl. Yeah, so, yeah. And yeah, he's walking around. And he even has a tendency to pick, like, certain people to do his, like, dirty work for him. AKA the Zuko, who, as footman, Tia, and the Laplace. Uh, I remember the name of it, him, Laplace. Yeah. So, yeah, and then he also had, yeah. So, let's begin. And Zuko in this what if has a power, not a quirk, actual ability of infinity and zero. So it makes him the most dangerous one if he fell into the wrong hands. So, but they did not know that he is the most powerfulest person in the world. So, let's begin. So, and I'm also adding Zumi. So, Zumi and Zuko were born. The Zuko ends up, or no, actually at age of 3, Ochako, Ochako decided to hang around with Zuko, and she has a crush on him. So, yeah, between him and her, so then that all changed when Zuko and Zumi went to a quirk doctor, and the quirk doctor tells, here, let me go over to it. Is it? Sorry, I had to itch my eye real quick. So, yeah. Basically, the quirk doctor tells Zumi that she has a quirk of fire manipulation, and yes. But Zuko, who he turns over to Zuko, tells him that he doesn't have a quirk and he can't become a hero. So then the parents abandon him. And of course, when Ochako heard that name Zuko was quirkless, she immediately dumped him. Like, she literally does not like him anymore. Because some reason she likes quirkless, or she likes quirked men, not the quirkless. So he gets abandoned. Then his friends doesn't hang out with him anymore, and so he lives under a bridge. And then a tall, skinny person and comes out of nowhere, and or technically it would be her. I'll just say she or her. And when I'm saying she, I mean the SHE, not the anything else. So, yeah, so she recruited him first person to be recruited because the girl picked him to be the first commander. Then because she doesn't see a quirk inside of Zuko. She sees him as a most powerfulest broken person in the world. Like overpowered. As when they went to headquarters, she told him that you do not need that quirk or those quirks because you already are too powerful. What do you mean? Does it mean like the... yeah, it doesn't mean that or you do have a quirk thing. You actually have something that surprised not everyone could see your potential, but I do. I see your ability of infinity and zero. Oh. So then they gave them code names. Footman. And then they recruited Tia to be second. The third was him. And the final member was her, or actually two final members was this girl and him. So, yeah. So, Zugu is number one, followed by Tia, and then, yeah. So, let's go back to UA, and the time skip to 15. So, they were doing their things. Zumi is where Zuku is at. Because she joined UA and she becomes the Class 1A student, she actually has two quirks inside of her body. One for all and her fire manipulation. And yeah. Then the whole shenanigans about of course, during the cavalry battle, or at USJ, the villain shows up as the of course, as she says, footman, on it, boss. As he rolls like a ball, like a giant tire, and hits Mr. Izawa, hits all the villains except for Tia and Laplace and the creepy girl. But other than that, he ran over everyone with his killer move. As he like, so they were like, they got knocked down. Imagine all those students getting knocked out. Plus the villains got knocked out too. Except for Harley Quinn Alliance thing. It's an alternate timeline, so it's, yeah. So, as Tia, after he was done rolling, and as she says, good work. Now, I believe one of our lab rats just escaped from us. Now, should we go after him, like bring him back? I will happily do that. No, let them come. It will be a lot more interesting. But we don't have time for it. So then, yeah. But Tia, in her adult form, she like pets Zuko on the head, and as he's blushing from the inside of his mask. And I know those are masks because I think it's just a human, or I think it's just a, like, a girl, like a three-eyed girl, behind the mask. Or maybe it's just a human dressed up as a... So, yeah. So then, they were... Then All Might shows up. The villains were... As All Might knew who she was, she was her, or his, first enemy, that other than All for One. Yeah. So All Might comes in with a 100% smash or whatever. But the person, as Zuko blocks the attack. Yeah. He always protects his allies first. Now, you have to face me as your opponent. I won't go easy on you. And she says, Footman, thank you for saving or protecting me. But please hold back to make sure that don't actually kill him with your full power. We don't want that, don't we? Nope, we don't. And as he's cracking his knuckles, he needs, yeah. So he cracked his knuckles as All Might says, "Ready, chubby?" As they both like start pounding each other's. And All Might got all the damage. And there was 0 damage to Footman / Zuko. Yeah, I'll just say Zuko because saying Footman is like a, yeah. So, yeah. So then he says, or so, are you done? Did not even break a sweat. As a bullet is about to go through, is aimed right at her body. As the bullet, or as Luffy, or Footman, or no, Luffy blocks the attack. And with his teleport, or portal, as the bullet went right through the portal, as it went right into the back leg of All Might's back leg thing. As everyone was in shock. They could not believe that whoever this guy is has this much power. Or could cause that serious damage to others. As they blocked the attack. So, yeah. All Might he was like on the ground, his legs bleeding, because it was right at the hamstring. And yeah. As the pro heroes comes down to like escort the hero or All Might away, and then it's time for us to leave as the as Tia reminds them, how about that bomb? It's already been placed. Tia. Now we need to go. Okay. As he teleports or opens a portal, as Luffy, or not Luffy, everybody went in, like him, or no, her, him, and Footman, Tia, and her, and him, all went in to the portal to get their getaway. Hey. And then they had the meeting, and the Principal Nezu, who things that this is a new turn of events. How in the heck, or then the Blood Hero says, how in the heck did one of the All Might's main villains regrouped the clowns? Yeah, it seems like this time that one of the clowns of those clowns wasn't even human. Agree. As the guy, this guy right here, this one right here, says agree. And there's plenty of reasons why the one with a green hair and angry face with angry mask one, they all called him a footman. Footman, huh? He must be a leader of it. Sounds like he's a commander of his own. Yeah. And then some of the kids, like, this was taken after before. Yeah, so then the rest of them are like talking, like they're talking about like what happened and wasn't your fault and we got ambushed and such. So then the after the All Might versus, or no, actually the after years a sports festival camp park, during the first time that she introduced the footman to her and Tia, all three of them, or two of them, really love him. And she already knew who Footman is. It's Zuko. She actually seen his actual face underneath the mask. So then the whole All Might versus All for One thing is starting, and the Footman or actually the Harley Quinn Alliance joins All Might versus to take down All for One and all that stuff. Yeah. Then 3 days later, after that, and ready? So she has a speech thing that, alright men, this mission is very important. And so pay attention. And I will tell you what will go down after whole thing with All for One's battle. The heroes and plus the students that are now on the guard. And so she commands them to like try to steal as many, or try to like steal like people, like take them hostage from UA. But the, of course, then they, then Zeus says this. Oh, I see. This, if this complete rule by the person who makes people laugh at him keeps disappearing in his shows, I think that they are still alive. And he is keeping them locked away somewhere, but we do not know where they are held at. But if we catch one of them and make a deal with them, yeah. So they were on their guard, because yeah. So one of them, or like they condemned like a student and like put them in the box, basically. Was like, but their quirks are just like, or there's a machine from out there, or out of the box thing, that's aimed right at it, that's like nullifying the quirks, and with the handcuffs, and yeah, no one could even escape. If they try to escape, then they basically die instantly. Well, basically in a abandoned warehouse away from everybody, in like a forest. So then so Footman and walks around. In his, or actually, Zuko, like Zuko walks around without his suit on to avoid some suspicions, and then but he's already getting watched by All Might. So when he went down a dark hallway, then All Might shows up, as he says, "Hello, Zuko," or should I say, Footman. Dang it, how do you know who I was? We have a telepath that had sensed your brainwave, or whatever that is. Yeah. And now, tell me where your little gang hang is keeping the our students. No need to try a him him Eraserhead. Remember, I'm quirkless. Yes, but I have so much power behind me. Now, excuse me. I'll be a long way. As he stops time, as he he made his like feet or like his shoes all bouncy, or his entire body rubbery. So he bounced all the way. See? Boing, 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 boing. Yeah. As he got away. Darn it. As All Might is like all furious. As he can't imagine how horrifying that would have been. But he knew who Footman is. As they're like wondering why Zuko, why is a quirkless one in the him working for like Harley Quinn alliance thing. As they both like as good to see you, Zuko. Huh? They him. I hope that no one followed you. None. They almost did try to capture me, but I got away using my actual powers. As she could tell that he is not lying to her. So I don't know why, but I feel like I'm making like the dark version, like the what if Zuko was or became evil. Yeah, that. So as he turned, as she like, as everyone or all the students, Zuko, huh? Oh look, huh? As they, did you recognize him when, huh? Because our first rank commander of the Harley Quinn Alliance, Izuku Midoriya. Azumi could not believe it. Her brother is now working for a villain. And she's wondering why. That quirk doctor, as she says, that quirk doctor was a fool. He didn't see him, the true potential, like what I have. I could sense a person's person if they have the abilities. Your brother has the ability of infinity and zero. I could use his power to rewrite history itself, but I'm not that power crazy. Since I was a young man, everyone made fun of me for looking like a girl, or everyone laughing at me. You know how much that pains me? as she like, I hated, as she says, I hated everyone that was made me feel in pain, sorrow, everything. Zuko understood my pain. He went through the same thing. For being the only one out of the bunch. Hunch of you. That. But now with this machine, as Zuko does like the front flips or back flips, ta-da! As he shows like the machine, the machine that you're hooked up to, who is nullifying your powers. But what if I take it onto the grand scale of things? Make everyone feel powerless. Make them feel weak as what we went through. And yeah. So, yeah. So then as Tia was there, and that girl just walked in. And she says, "There you are, Zuko-kun." Yeah. As she used her invisible hands things, those arms, she literally runs up, or no, she uses those creepy hands, grabbed him, brings him closer to her, or no, actually brings him closer to her, and kissed him right on the lips. Because he was so beautiful. That made Ochako like blush, because she could not believe that someone fell in love with quirkless but powerfulest, overpowered character. As Tia actually did not see his actual face until at this moment. So she's kind of surprised, but she also gave him a kiss too. As her says, "All right, girls, both of you, let him go." Okay. Now, set the machine up. As both of them winked at Zuko, like a cute little pose thing. And Zuko was blushing as he puts on a mask as she knows that he is blushing as he's so the Zuko, who basically starts the machine, click. And where is you're probably both of you saying, where's him and him? Well, They both are on a separate mission. The mission was to get some, like, diamonds, some power source for it to charge it fully. So she tells Zuko that he needs to charge it up, or like as he shoots a beam at UA, as every quirkless person, or no, every quirked person that was in the US or UA was now been like what if the Eraserhead did to who, like, if he uses his quirk on everybody else. So, yeah. So then, Ochako, or actually Zumi says that, why are you doing this, brother? We used to be one happy family. We were her. But our family, or your family, he kicked me out because they did not see the potential. I have the more overpowered than you do, little sister. Or should I say Zumi? Because my heart was broken when Asashi and Inko tells me that that they abandoned, or they straight up abandoned me. They told me that I should not step into the house. You know how much that pains me? As Zumi was deeply, as he says, it very deeply pains me that our parents abandoned me here. Now I'm just called Zuko, no Midoriya. I don't have a last name. So, I am not your brother anymore. As they call me by the footman, and Zuko, or no, Zuko footman, and now. As, yeah. Let's say Asashi was at the UA, like talking, or actually with his wife and everybody else, like, but then they feel their powers drained from them, like their bodies could not hold their weight up. As some of them are like, what's going on? I got weak all of a sudden. like someone just drained or like took away my quirk. Her, her, like, yeah. So then the quirks, her, is the, yeah. So then Mr. Zawa and Nezu and like pro heroes went in to like to pinpoint the location, and they did, and they found them. The only three, or no, 1, 2, 3. There's only two. Her and Footman. Or Zuko. Yeah. So they asked him, or actually, let's say Asashi went with them. But after he left UA, his quirk came back to. So then he burns, or as Asashi could not believe that Zuko is Footman. As Zuko says, the pyro or fire breath, pro hero. Oh, why are you doing this, Zuko? Why are you working for the villains? No need to answer her, Zuko. As then she answered for the Zuko, saying that, Sashi, you were so blind. Your sister, or no, your daughter had a quirk of fire manipulation, right? Yeah, but your son, or once your son, and had a ability of infinity and zero. Oh, as when Asashi heard that his son is the most powerfulest person in the universe, and as he could not believe it, he's literally blaming himself inside his own head, as he could not believe it, that he was so blind that every single time that, yeah. So then the All My Hate says that's why at USJ I keep getting hit by, like, I kept getting damaged by, my own attacks. Exactly. The Zuko's power level is, I could rewrite history if I wanted to, but I don't choose, because Zumi, or because you were so blind, you wanted to quirks so bad. That's why, you abandon your own overpowered son, with someone that's weaker than him. As she points to Zumi, you chose your own daughter over him. um, as Footman calms her down. What's the next step to our plan? And no matter, Zuko will just defend the core or defend the machine from getting blown up by the villain or by these pathetic pro heroes before the machine gets its full power. So then the Zuko and her start fighting the pro heroes, or against the pro heroes, should I say. And yeah. So then the Asashi snuck right past. And of course, because the machine canceled the quirks, or gets canceled by the machine, so the invisible girl becomes how do you say it? Invisible thing? Like, she basically appeared, but when she did, she was like, thank goodness she had like school clothes on, because I think I think those guys will probably be having nosebleeds. Or actually, no, she was in her superhero costume, like the gloves and shoes. Then the blood drained or short circuit their machine that was like keeping their powers from, yeah. So they break through the bars. And of course, Zuko tells the boss that their how did they do that with just their blood? Of course. Yes. Calm down, Zuko. As long as our machine still runs, that hen was just keeping them from using to break out of their, yeah. So then the whole shenanigans with the basically him as they start battling each other, or of course All Might comes in. Now I'm ready for your powers. Huh. You seen the first time we met, I only used 0. So I took 0 damage. And I flicked it right back at you. But now, no. Oh. As the boss says, go ahead, use your infinity. And better not blow up the machine. I won't. As he turns, as they see his body manifest, like the true power shows up. And yeah. So please leave a like, or please wait for part 2. So bye.